Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the Anglo-Zulu War. So, from the creator of Total Fots comes his latest iteration of his Victorian universe, namely the Anglo-Zulu War. I should say here that this is only part of what I've been given in terms of his latest work, and I should also point out that at the point that this video is being released, the mod is probably not going to be released for your use. At the same time, it's important to say that this is only for custom battles so far. I'm not entirely sure what he has thought about in terms of making this into a campaign. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and conduct ourselves a battle. Right, and so we've made it onto the battlefield. I have an army of about 3,000 men facing an army of around 12,000 Zulus across the river. I should say here, of course, there's hard to get Africa-looking maps in Shogun 2, but I found this one, which is called Kalka. I'll put it down in the description if you want to take a look at it. That should somewhat resemble, at a distance, it kind of looks like very dry African steppe land. If you get really close, it's river bottom stones. But yeah, so in terms of the terrain, the main feature is that, I mean, it's completely flat, and then there's a river going through, making kind of a choke point that the Zulus have to move through. And so what I want to do is we want to make sure that the Zulus, because they're outnumbering us, they should not be able to go around and flank us, because that's going to be the killer. If they're able to use the horns of the buffalo, they're going to kill us. So we need to spread out. Even though we're a smaller force, we're going to have to spread out. So my idea here is we're going to put the... Let's pull up this so we can see what we got. So we got 3 units of light infantry. And we're going to put them... Let's see, there we go. Light infantry maneuvers. Like, at first I thought, you know what, we can place them in the center. But now when I've been thinking about it, I think we're better off placing them in the flanks. Because higher survivability, for 2 reasons. They won't be in the direct line of the Zulus advancing through here, and they also won't be blocking my Gatling guns of the Naval Brigade, which we can see here. We can see some naval troops right here, and then we got naval troops with the Gatling gun facing down the enemy that's going to come across. So, instead what we're going to have is the more nimble and faster cavalry ride up and hold the front and kind of lure them towards the front into the killing zone. This is kind of on an angle. I'm going to go ahead and put this at a better angle. Something like that for the center. So then we're going to have the cavalry, the dragoons, charge forward. We got frontier cavalry on the left side, and then on the right side we've got the 1st King's Dragoon. Since there's going to be a lot of troops in this battle, I'm going to be very high up to try and take a look at everything. But we'll try to get a few closer looks in as the battle goes along, and then for everyone that's well aware of my content will know that there will be close-ups interspersed, especially after the battle, where you'll see how sort of the close-ups. With that, we also have naval brigades with Armstrong back here, able to shell in towards that, and also rockets. So we got these hailed rockets. These are the heavy ones, the 24-pounders. I believe there's also 14 or 16-pounders as well. And then for the final bit, we got 4 regiments divided into 2 battalions each. So on the left, we got the 94th, which is going to fan out and create a half circle. Then we've got the famed 24th. We've got the 3rd. And then the 80th Regiment of Foot. So these are split into 2 battalions. They will be marching up onto the sides here and try and hem in the enemy and force them to stay constantly within fire. So that's the plan. And before we start, I want to go ahead and break up that group. And then I want to select everyone, and everyone should be on guard mode, and everyone should be at fire at the will, except the general, because he's not going to shoot them in the back. And then for all the infantry units, we're going to start off with fire by rank, but we're going to quickly switch to, as they get closer, we're going to switch to kneel fire. The enemy fire by rank is good if you want to conserve fire or conserve ammo, but since the enemy is going to be able to close the range with us quite quickly, we want to go for kneel rank fire. So just first rank fire and the 2 back ranks close in, and everyone just pours as much fire as possible onto the enemy. That was definitely going to need it, as the Zulus are going to show no mercy. With that said, let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Gonna start by getting the cavalry up onto the river, and then we're gonna get the infantry regiments starting on this half circle. Right, the artillery is starting to fire. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. In case of absolute disaster and the enemy gets way too close, I've got the Lancers, 17th Duke's own, Duke of Cambridge own Lancers. That's gonna ride up and smash straight into the Zulus. Right, so the light infantry on either side have started to fire. We've got the 13th Somerset over on that side. And then we got Transvaal, sort of local Dutch forces, South African Dutch forces on the sides. Right, the enemy is moving forward. We need to locate specific formation among the enemy, which are very thick. And we're going to target that with the artillery. And especially want to target the flanks, because I don't want to end up in a situation where the enemy is able to surround my force. That's going to be really important. We got their hail rockets coming in. Problem with the hail rockets is they're kind of slow, and so there is a risk of them missing their targets. Okay, so it's going well so far. We're not getting that many kills as of yet, but the enemy is kind of hemmed in. I was a little bit worried that these guys would get absolutely crushed, but the enemy seems continuously to be moving forward instead of going after these troops on the flank. So they're having a field day firing up the flank. The thing is though, as soon as the Zulus decide to pounce on these guys, they're gonna be absolutely dead. Like, there's nothing I can do for them now. Okay, the cavalry needs to pull back just slightly. And I need to make sure that the machine guns are not set to fire at will just yet. Okay, so the 13th Somerset is about to get overrun here. And I could order them to run away, or try to, but unfortunately I do think that the Zulus are quite a bit oh shit, they're faster than I thought. Cavalry needs to pull back and open up for the machine guns. Okay, so the Boers have been overrun. This cavalry unit is almost breaking. Okay, you guys need to be moved out of the way. We cannot wait any longer. Machine guns, open fire. Cavalry, just make your way back here. Also, let's set general regroup position over there. Oh, he needs to be within range of that. There then. Right. Get out of the way! Right, the Zulus are about to come into range. Okay, let's see. Fire by rank is going. Let's try and keep them off. I'm gonna order a charge here. I'm gonna order a charge actually with the Lancers as well. I don't know, they're not firing here. God damn it, my cavalry is in the way. Am I gonna have to open up on my own cavalry? I'm gonna send in the Lancers to kind of block these. And we're gonna hope for the best. And then as soon as they've passed, we're gonna have to open fire here. Interesting crossfire going on. Right, I should also mention here, we saw one of the guys get killed right to the side there. And that is because a large part of the Zulu army does in fact have muskets of their own. Napoleonic era muskets. Oh, I should say we don't have muskets. I said muskets of their own. Obviously my men don't have muskets. Okay, so we've got a unit broken over there. It's the 94th, which is being slowly broken up. We're gonna bring the general over there, try and support. We've got one of the machine guns are overrun, but otherwise, over on the flanks, it's actually going quite well. So I'm gonna try and move the soldiers on the flank to try and move in. The 24th out here is holding on, which is going well. However, there's a few units out there which are not doing too well. Oh shit. Try and charge, and can I get... Let's see if we can't save these guys. And this naval brigade, see if I can get that one out of there. Alright. General back. Alright, we're getting these troops back. Okay, so we've got 4 regiments on this side, which are okay. Or they weren't destroyed. So we'll focus in on this side. The general will be moving over here, and the troops that we can try and save, we're going to move over on this side. 24th is in a bit of a pickle. I'm going to order them to form square in preparation of the enemies that are about to surround them. Right, the rockets and so on should continue. We have a little bit of a lull in the fight. That is going to change rapidly as the enemies close in. As the enemy seems to be moving in rather slowly here, the music is not fitting at all right now. But that is because I'm running my standard set of music. I should have one with just battle music. Let's see how it's going for the 24th. They are being surrounded. If I had cavalry, that would be nice to aid these guys. But I don't have it.
Our men are running, sir.
We could, you know what? We still have these guns here. Could aid. See if they are able to aid the 24th over there. There's a risk here of this regiment coming up on our flank. The smaller naval detachment is going to move on the flank. The rest here, firing by rank, making sure to conserve ammo. Let's see, go back to the 24th. Unfortunately, it doesn't look good for the 24th. if I could possibly get a few shots off here in support of them, that might work. But it's going to be difficult here. Looks like the cannons are in no position to fire, and there's another regiment coming in. Yeah, the 24th, unfortunately, had to retreat. We're going to have to switch regroup position as well.
Our men
We're
are
going to put
running
it over here. Alright, the cannons slowly being destroyed over there. So it's down to the troops that we have left down here to make their stand. Currently, our rolling volleys are breaking apart the enemy, so that's working just fine. However, we've got probably at least like 4,000, maybe 5,000 Zulus left out there, ready to bear down upon us. I should probably actually be pulling back and see if I can get into a position where I am unable to get flanked by the enemy, and possibly detach the 3rd regiment, or this battalion of the 3rd, over to one of the flanks, as we'll put the 3 main ones in the center. They are shifting, Zulu warriors. It looks like they're making a new line. It would be nice to actually kill the commander, the chief, the main Induna. If we could kill him, I'm sure their morale would collapse. Alright, we were able to get a lot of Zulus. But then again, our army as well has been crushed. I thought my cavalry would do better in the charge against the Zulus, but that has not worked at all. And, well, the Zulus are moving at quite fast speed. They're setting up their formation. I wonder if we could somehow try and break through, kill him, and that would be it. Our lines are not in a good spot. What I will do is we'll regroup. We'll fall back a bit and regroup. And then see what the enemy does. Alright, so we're pulling back. We're pulling off. Let's see if they want to go and attack us. They're actually pulling back a bit. They are putting the melee troops in the front and the musketmen in the back. What I'm actually thinking here...
We have driven their allies from
the allies? How many? The troops that are surviving, how many troops have they killed so far? This unit has killed 314. This unit has killed 532. This one here, 480. General has killed 1. This unit, 664 Zulus. And this one up to 512. Alright, you are allowed to break that one. I'm thinking here that we're gonna rematch the line, actually go over to the flank, and then move into from the flank to strike the enemy there, and then use the river as kind of an impassable terrain for the enemy to not be able to flank us. We'll see how this goes. It could be that the Zulus would launch at us when we are repositioning. I've been successful in moving my force over onto their flank. And so the idea here is we've put the best and most numerous units over on the left, because that is where most of the Zulu forces are. And then the weaker ones next to the river, where we're not expecting as much of a resistance. We're gonna move forward, and we're gonna start shooting at them, and we'll see how they react. And as this go along, we're hoping to slowly eat up them from this side as we go through the regiments. If they attack, we'll make our stand and hope for the best. So we're closing in. I'm actually, they're not, their muskets they're not as accurate, and they do not do as much damage as we do at long range. So we're actually going to march in a little bit into the range here. So we're not going to fire at extreme range for us anyways. So we're going to march in a bit so we make the most out of our bullets, because still, by the looks of it, we're going to have to shoot quite a lot. Okay, so they, it's almost like they stopped firing. Okay, halt. Further than that, I don't dare go, just in case they would launch their troops at us. And we bring you up in the flank. And now I order everyone to fire at will. And we should do well to inspire the troops as well. We should start to see the Zulus fall as we make our way through. And the meter here should change in our favor as we slowly make our way through here. Worst case scenario here is a stray musket ball hits the general. We have the small naval brigade moving up the flank. I can actually be a little bit more bold with this one. Would have preferred to move it into sort of light formation, or spread out, sort of a skirmish formation, to move it up. Oh, now we got the whole Zulu force on the move. The general has realized what is up, and he's relocating his entire force. However, he's not trying to like flank us or anything. He's just moving into sort of the kill zone that we have prepared here. And it becomes less likely that I'm gonna need this one to protect the flank. So we're gonna move him up, and we're gonna have him fire on the enemy. Alright, I think it's starting to creep towards 50-50. And I'm more confident here now because they're not really gonna be able to sort of dash forward against us as I thought they might. We're gonna pull this one back. Hide it among the trees for a bit. Everyone's prepared and loaded. I'm gonna order a general advance, and we're gonna advance closer on the enemy. And we're gonna see about completely destroying the troops here in front. Well within range. And then we're gonna halt and open fire again. Putting in quite a bit of troops over here. Could be dangerous for this part of the 3rd Regiment. However, their muskets are very inaccurate, and we are not really suffering any casualties. However, the ammo count for a lot of regiments are not looking too great. Especially this one right here. And I would not be confident if I had to go in against the Zulus at the end bit here for a melee fight. Let's take a closer look at the volleys as they're being fired. Good, good. Keep it up. Slowly working away. And even the units that are not on the front line are getting hit. Stray bullets go all the way back here. So even the troops that are not currently on the front line are suffering casualties. Oh, this regiment is now out of fire, which isn't great. What I'll do is I'll retire it. No, actually, I will not retire it. It will hold its position. And it will prepare then to charge. These two will advance. You will advance. You will advance. We'll try to get the most out of the bullets we have left. The scouts I'm not too worried about. It's the melee formations that I'm worried about. Make your stand. Alright.
One of our units has used all its
Which one is it
ammunition,
now? Was it the center unit that I just clicked on? No, it's the oh, it's the smaller unit on the side. Okay, so these guys are completely out of bullets. And soon enough, these two will be out of bullets as well. And then we basically have the small naval detachment will be the only one with bullets left. Okay, we're gonna have to do something drastic. We still have bullets for these two, but not many. So what we'll do is we'll do some drastic measures here and we'll close the distance rapidly. I think they're targeting my general now because he's losing bodyguards rapidly. Gonna go ahead and inspire these. And then we're gonna conduct a charge on this side. As the other regiments close in. Oh, ooh, that's gonna be nasty. General close by. That's gonna be a problem. I'm not sure the naval detachment will hold.
Our men are running, sir.
And I'm not sure it's going to go too well here. There's one melee unit up in the corner that has joined in the fight. Oh, they did. They managed to kill off that one unit. The general is moving through. Maybe we can pull these off and try and regroup. Alright, can we... Oh, it's going to be a tough fight there. Right now, a lot of my troops are just standing, taking fire. Oh, they're moving in, they're moving in. It's time to...
One of our units has used
Oh,
all
he
its
just
ammunition, sir.
used up all his ammo. Aid them by charging in the rear. General, see if you can get close and shoot the enemy general. You're about to get charged, but it's scouts. Okay, we broke that. Charge in, aid this regiment. This is the only one with bullets left. I'll try to get that one out of the fighting. Can you get closer, maybe? See about shooting him? Let's see if you can shoot him. And if I can get this one close enough. Oh no! Too many of them are retreating. Come on, General. You can do it. We still have these. Hold fire for now. We don't want to shoot any of the 3rd Regiment. The General is actually moving through. Okay. Alright, he's moving right in front of the regiment. Fire everything you have. Oh, that was everything. Get him! Get him! Oh, I think we got him. Go for the last bit. Would you have imagined that for the Anglo-Zulu War? That we would charge, that the British regiments would be charging into Zulu musket fire. This is it. This is the final bit. General sitting on the corner, firing his revolvers into this as the main regiment is fighting here. Both sides pretty tired. It's a pretty standoffish fight. It's a bit more gruesome off on the flanks. The Zulu regiment is soon to give up. Have the General charge, and that's it. We were victorious, but damn, it's an absolute slaughter on both sides. Although we were victorious, but damn, it went to the very final bit. Probably what I should have done when I still had my artillery was to aim for the General. With that said, let's take a look at the statistics of this. Just here at the end, I want to note that the 2 regiments left in the end killed about 1,000 each, and the General ended up killing 50. With that, let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics of this battle.
Entree!
And here's the result of the battle. There were about 12,000 Zulus against a 4,500 men strong British army. The British army lost 3,700 men, leaving about, what, 800-ish? While the Zulu army lost 9,600, leaving around 2,000 men left after the battle. We killed, in terms of kills, there's not like a huge amount or noticeable amount of friendly fire throughout the battle. Highest kills goes to the 3rd Regiment of Foot. They were able to kill 1,200 men throughout the battle. Gatling guns did not do as well as I'd hoped. However, they were overrun rather quickly. They killed about 300 each. To compare that, the light infantry that was placed on the sides of the Zulu force killed about 300 each. So they did just as well. It should be noted here as well that Gatling guns were blocked throughout part of the battle, where the Zulu warriors actually was able to run up to my cavalry, catch up with them and hold them and break them pretty darn soon. 12-pounder Armstrong gun did really poorly, and then we've got the cavalry also did really poorly. Same for the rockets, did really poorly. I would have done better not bringing the rockets and the Armstrong guns, bringing extra infantry instead, or perhaps more Gatling guns. The best unit on the enemy side is this unit right here, so it's a melee unit. All melee units actually were the top killers for the enemy side. I can't see a single scout unit here. The scouts turn up first around here with killing 119. And as we go through, there's a few melee units here that did really poorly as well. And there's some units here, like this one, that was completely annihilated. Every single man was killed, and they were only able to ever get 6 kills in. And we have some that are even worse. The general is understandable, they never used him really in battle, so he's got 0 kills. But there's 2 melee units in the bottom, 0 kills, and 2, and so on. So I think in terms of what you could do is definitely switch around a little bit in what you would deploy to be able to make this more of a successful battle. And then also it could be better to space out the units a little bit more differently so they could support each other in maybe more of a checkered situation, where you know, you would kind of sacrifice some forward units. It would probably lead to higher friendly fire, but I think overall you would probably not see such a result as you saw here. But overall, given the fact that I was outnumbered by such a high number of these fast-moving Zulu warriors to come in and slaughter my force, I think I did pretty well still. There's a few things that could have been done better. I probably could have maneuvered troops around instead of going in and taking personal control of the machine guns. That could have probably done better. But with that said, I'll leave you with what I always say. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.